What in God's name is going on in here?
52.
So we're doing it?
All right, man.
We're doing it, man. Johnny, we're doing
Episode
it.
9. Here we
We're doing
go.
it.
Let's make it happen.
Go, dude. Let's do this.
We thought we were going to hang it up after 8, but here we are.
Now we're going to
9. Sweet ass 9. I don't know what you would call what goes with 9. You know,
9.
Naughty 9. I don't know.
9.
9. Yeah. No. Yeah.
German episode.
That Nazi stuff. Anyway. Well, no. I think we're doing something we talked about doing for a while. You know, with
man.
UFO episode because of the what was it?
The congressional hearings.
The hearings, man. They had them last week, beginning of last week. They had those going down, talking about the no.
You got a lot of people.
We got to do the appropriate PC.
Right, no,
the
it's
PC term.
they changed
PC
it,
term,
right?
Yeah.
UAP.
The UAP, man.
UAP.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
There you go.
Phenomena.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to say UFO.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
give a shit.
I'm gonna call it UFO.
I'm going to say UFO.
to me, dude. Fuck that.
I grew up with the UFOs.
Yeah, dude. So that I figured it was a
You know, there's
fitting time to do it.
there's a lot of people asking questions.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like for the longest, I know for the longest time, okay, if you're listening to this episode's going to be a little bit different than, you know, some of the other episodes that we've been in and stuff. So just buckle up because we're going to talk about some strange things.
Because we're bringing truth out? Are we going to bring the truth out?
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, I guess right off the bat, just to kind of let the cat out the bag, like not let the cat out of the bag, but like I guess as far as being a believer, like the monkeys, I'm a believer. Johnny, so do you believe in it? The extraterrestrials, the space guys, little gray guys, you believe in them?
I believe there are UFOs.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
For me, I want to believe it, dude. Just like I want to believe in Sasquatch, but I don't think there's. There may be something out there, but I don't know. I don't think so.
I think there are unexplained whatever we want to call them.
But
UFOs.
I'm interested. I do like the conversation.
Unidentified flying objects.
I do like it.
So from okay, from the literal sense is I feel like the fact that there are things in the air that you can't describe by definition, I feel like that is unidentified, right? And so if that's unidentified, then there has to be something that describes it or something that you can, you know, explain, you know, what's going on or whatever. And so if it's an alien, okay, whatever. If it's not an alien, fine. What is it?
Right.
And if you can't say that it's something, fine, then it's unidentified.
Well, that was
right?
the point of the congressional hearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were the congressmen. I watched the hearing. I don't remember if they were senators or representatives or
Right.
but they were asking the question, right? So if this is unidentified, we need to know if this is our enemy, if this poses a national security threat to us.
Right.
Space Force.
Does someone have a technology that's so far ahead of us that we don't know what this is? Then that's a problem for us, right?
Sure. And the reason why I'm like the skeptic and you know I got to see it to believe it kind of thing. And I was watching because leading up to this, we had discussed we're going to talk about this, and so I get into it. Like I said, when we have subjects we talk about, we say, "Hey, we're going to talk about this X, Y, and Z," and I do deep dives and try to figure out that way. We know we come in here and we're not, and know what the hell I'm talking about because. So I was listening to what's that guy Neil deGrasse? Millions and millions of years. That guy was the black gentleman, right?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
That guy. I was listening to, and he made a amazing point. You know, it's like the world is full with people with these. Even if you have an iPhone 3 or 2 or 4, or whatever. Even if you have the shittiest iPhone, you got millions of people all over the place. You think somebody would get some quality video or footage, you know, and the only thing we ever get is the grainy shit. We always get the grainy bullshit. We never get anything that's worthwhile. So it's just like, what do you know? It's like there's so many people in the world. You think somebody would catch something, dude, something that was worthwhile.
So back
you know?
in the 40s or 50s, okay, I can listen to your UFO story.
Yeah.
But now that everyone's running around with a video camera in their hand, Why don't we see
And a good camera.
video, right?
All right. So this is me playing devil's advocate for a second.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the old school, like 50s, like hovering disc, or whatever, sure. Like that's that. But I think what's becoming more public is the fact that these are craft that move so incredibly fast that it's virtually impossible to capture, even with these fighter jets that captured the infamous like Tic Tac, whatever.
Yeah.
Like even with that, they only had it for a little bit and then boom, it was gone.
And
We're
that's
talking
what
about fighter jets that can't keep up with this thing.
And then that's what, and like I said again, because like I said, I'm right in the middle there. I want to believe it. You want to believe it. I want to because I don't want to be so arrogant to say that we're the only people here in this big ass world or this biggest universe, and we're the only people here, only beings here. So I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to, another point he made up was the Tic Tac thing. He was saying it went from 60,000 feet to 50 feet in a split second. It went up, to the atmosphere, up and down real quick. And what he was saying was, I forgot how he put it. He put it something about the sensors or something like that captured it. He goes, they should have. You can't take all that stuff you can't take it into. It can't be. It's not fact. It's just because your sensors could be off or whatever. Your calibrations could be off. He goes, so it's just the guy is brilliant, man. I never paid attention to him, but he's so damn smart, man. Like now I go back and I'm watching those things he did, those specials he did on like Fox. On the Fox channel.
Oh, you need to watch that whole series.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It'll teach you not just about UFOs, about us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, and he's a brilliant guy, dude. I didn't even know. Like, I had no idea until I was, kind of going deep diving and wormholing on Rogan and those other shows like that are into that stuff, that are into the UFO stuff. And I was just, but I've always been fascinated with the UFO thing. Is like I was a big Coast to Coast fan, Coast to Coast AM, which was a show that came out like at midnight or 1 a.m. It's still on now. To this day, it's still on. I was a big Art Bell fan. Art Bell, he passed away, in 2007 or 8. I can't remember. Really? Anyway, Art Bell's amazing. He did the AM radio. He did the conspiracy theories. He did the UFO talks. He did paranormal stuff, and that's what he talked about. It was from like 1 a.m. to like, Art Bell. From 1 a.m. to like 3 or 4 a.m. His show would be on, and I would listen to him, and I would love his catchphrase. Man, his catchphrase used to be Americans east of the Rockies. And like when you called in, he's like, if you're the east of the Rockies, and you're anybody from the west of the Rockies. And it's just those things, those timeless phrases that he had, and I just enjoyed it so much, dude. I just enjoyed it so much, man. It's so that got me into it. That got me into the UFO stuff, and that's why I became a skeptic, and I was in the middle. And I'm drug overdose, But those are prescribed drugs, though. They were prescribed. Yeah, they were prescribed to him. But no, I'm just saying. But either way, though, but that got me into it. So yeah, so Coast to Coast is a thing, and I loved it so much at the place that I work at. I made a beer after it. So there's that. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just gonna say First of all, you guys are gonna have to jump in because I will literally just ramble forever on this. This is so fascinating to me. This topic is so fascinating to me. Yeah. I get where you're coming from with the skepticism, because I think the only way anyone ever has a productive conversation about something like this is if there's somebody that says, but blah 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 blah,
right?
Or but blah blah blah. Now, all I'm saying is there's before we start getting into like specific instances and times where things came up or whatever, there's essentially two schools of thought. It doesn't exist, and these are things that can be explained away or whatever. B, it does exist, and these are whether they're extraterrestrials or like other countries that are using this super far advanced technology that they're testing, and they're trying to keep it all under wraps or whatever. Regardless, there are specific things that have been tangibly found. There's specific things that people have seen, and even if it's you know, the grainy
Mm.
radar footage or
Mhm.
you know or whatever. You you definitely, and when I say you, I'm not talking about you. I mean, just like in general, people
General,
like
yeah.
you can't deny that it actually is there and it actually exists. And so when you start trying to explain away, you know, this as, you know, a certain thing or something that it is or that it's not or whatever, the fact that it's there and that it exists, I think, is enough to do exactly what they did this last week. You know,
Mhm.
where if you're listening to this, Johnny just put his foil hat on. So,
Mhm.
but you know, we get this these congressional hearings,
Yeah.
you know, where people are asking questions, real
Oh, yeah.
questions, you
Yeah.
know, and
they should, as they should, because I think it's I don't know. For me, I guess on my thing, I was like, I think the American people wouldn't be able to handle it. I think we would be like on it would be like on Independence Day, the movie with Will Smith and all that good stuff. Where we would be the idiots, especially now with the cell phones and all that stuff and the social media. I think we would be idiots and be on top of buildings and be taking pay. We would be those idiots.
Okay,
and
so
we wouldn't be able to handle. I don't think we could be able to handle. We turn it into a joke, and I think if these guys are real, if there was something real, I think we wouldn't take it seriously. And I think Joe Rogan put it the best when he said, "I think to the aliens, we're just Tijuana. Like we're just a joke, and they come by to check us out. We're gonna look at those idiots, and then they move on, dude. I think we're not.
so let's be honest
yeah.
with the hearing.
Yeah.
I mean, the part we saw, the part we watched, that was just for
Yeah.
you know, feel good. We're including you a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the real talk, if there was any talk, it went on in closed session.
yeah,
I mean, really. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that. I'm not one that thinks that we should know everything, because we shouldn't know everything, because if I know everything, then you know everything and our enemy knows everything, and
Yep.
everyone should know everything. And like you said,
Mhm.
everyone can't handle
Hell no.
what they need to
Hell no.
to know. So I would say that there's some talk that goes on in closed sessions
Yeah.
that you know, we're never going to know that. We're never going to know what the answers to those questions. And I know one of the questions, I just remember I watched that hearing when they asked about unidentified objects under the sea.
Mm.
And they said, are we monitoring the sea? We'll talk about that in closed session. It's just like,
seriously.
there's
Yeah.
things that
And to
that are there, but he just let the
Which means there is.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, I was like, you just answer the question without answering the question, you know?
and to that point, Johnny, my thing was always my three things. I'm just saying, my three things were the three things that are amazing to me that are never being explored and never could be explored. I don't think they can ever be ever enclosed is the mind, the sea, the deep sea, because nobody knows what the fuck's down there.
We know more about outer space than the
Yeah,
deep sea.
and space. Like
Yeah.
those three things, they baffle me, dude, because we don't know shit about them, because the mind is so damn strong, man. The mind can do so much work. It can do, like I said, like they always say, we only use 10% of our brain, man. Like, imagine if we bust the rest of that shit over. I mean, we'd be nut jobs. For me, I think that people who are like unstable and crazy and stuff, I don't think that they're crazy. I think that they're using more of their brain. I think they're seeing more than we can, and I think it scares them. So I think that when people see people, well, that guy's clearly insane. I don't think he's insane, dude. Or I think he's just. I think his mind's opened up to something else, man. He's on another level, man, and I think they can't handle it, man. I think.
You know what? Okay, and to that fact, it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Like, because we're not used to that, like that like depth of, cognitive ability.
Mhm.
And so, like, it sounds crazy to think, oh, maybe if somebody is insane, maybe they're just like, maybe they're just accessing more parts of their brain. I mean, it really does sound science fiction, you know?
So you look at
I'm not saying that they are. By the way, I'm just,
I think it was the Neil
deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, Neil Tyson. I'm
Yeah,
gonna call him
Mike
NT.
Tyson.
So Tyson.
Yeah.
I think it was him that said, and I don't remember the exact quote, but basically there's more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on our beach, and then there's
Mhm.
you know multiple universes. So anyway, and I may be getting that wrong, but the gist is right there. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Right.
There's such a large number of stars out there, we can't even comprehend how many there are. Stars and solar systems. So mathematically, for us to think that we're by ourselves,
Yeah.
it's almost mathematically impossible that we are by ourselves.
Like I said, I want to believe there's something out there because
Hey,
why
we're gonna,
not, man? Why not?
we're
You
gonna
know
find
what?
out soon.
Why not? I'd love to have them.
You know why, right?
Why?
Because we just launched. I say just. It's launched and it's on its way to its spot or whatever. The James Webb Telescope. The James Webb Telescope is supposed to be able to see 1,000 times further than the Hubble. So the idea is we're going to be able to see further, not just further than we've ever seen before. We're going to be able to see. We're going to be able to see what they're calling literally back in time.
We're going to see
Yeah.
on one of those planets out there, the fast food place is called McDowell's.
McDowell's,
McDowell's or McDaniels,
Yeah.
either one. Yeah.
McDowell's.
McDaniels, yeah.
McDaniels.
No, but so the thought is that the further back we can see and transmit those images, infrared can move faster than light, and if infrared can move faster than light, essentially we can get images before the light touches us. So we will literally be able to see back in time.
Well,
Because you'll be able to see things before we can see them.
I've
in
always
person.
heard that our biggest way to look for any extraterrestrial activity are the huge radio telescopes that we have.
Yeah.
And all they're looking for is a radio signal
Mhm.
that's coming from somewhere else, because we're emitting radio signals out.
Yeah.
And they're intelligent signals, right? They have a pattern, or there's something. So of all the years, what they tell us is that they've never gotten a radio signal.
Yeah. You know, and to go back to what you were saying before about us not being able to, not, and I didn't mean to jump in front of you, but for us to not be able to handle as a society that like all of the information. Let's go back to the first stages of that. The George Orwell War of the Worlds
Yep.
broadcast.
The radio stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
People freaked the fuck out.
Before they knew that was fiction and they thought that it was real, like people lost their shit.
Oh, there's a great Twilight Zone episode, one of the 30-minute Twilight Zone episodes, where the power goes out on the block and the aliens are there. And it actually turns out it is an alien episode at the end. And the aliens go, "What did you do?" You know, they're talking to each other or whatever. And they said, "Yeah, you just cut out the power and make a few things happen, and these humans down there just destroy each other."
Yeah.
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 It's just like War of the Worlds. It's kind of like that movie is like, and it could be that thing where they don't come here because it could be that kind of theory of the War of the Worlds behind that. I know it's just a movie, but it could be that same theory where they can't handle our environment. They won't survive in our.
So, you know what? I really believe. I believe that. I believe
Yeah.
that. And what am I? I'm not a biologist. I'm not a scientist or anything. But it just, to me, it makes sense that we would not be able to live in their environment, and they wouldn't be able to live in ours. I think our biggest protectors are, oddly enough, is coronavirus or something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the alien comes over here and he dies from the flu.
Yeah, from the flu,
right?
Fucking bat flu. The bat flu.
Or maybe if he comes in a week or two, he'll get monkeypox.
Oh yeah, you heard about the monkey? But hey, he's got to be able to. Hey, he's got to be able to take it through the rear there. It's got to be through the rear. Okay.
That's
No,
why
dude.
That's why they're not here. That's why they're not coming.
That's why they don't come
Or-
here. It's
or-
exactly why
or-
they- because of this podcast, they don't come.
do you
to-
believe-
to-
Hey, but you know, there's a whole school of thought out
52
there.
saves the world.
We saved it.
There's a whole school of thought that says they've already been here.
Yeah.
The pyramids,
Yeah,
all the
Um,
fantastic stuff from way back when.
again, I go back to, like I said, I was doing a deep dive on stuff. You know, last night I was boring my better half off with watching these videos. 'Cause, you know, what's that guy's name? Was it Larson? What's his name? Shit. He said he worked at this place that nobody's ever heard of. It was called Section 4 or something 4, and he said he worked there. And while he was working, I can't remember his name. he said while he was working that they gave
Oh, Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar, that's what his name was. And the shit that he was saying, dude, is just like, it's either he's got to be crazy or he's brilliant or it's true. So I don't know. But the shit that he was working on, like he said, there was a sphere that they were working on. The sphere had so much power behind it. It was like that when you touch a magnets and you can't touch the magnets together, they push away.
Yeah.
He said this sphere that they were working on, that they had him working on, he couldn't touch it because it would push him away. Like it couldn't. There was the power. So he goes, and you couldn't. There's no way you can put that much power in something that little. He goes, but it was from somewhere else. He goes, it was from something else.
But he said he worked for the government, like in a
yeah.
in a
It was
deal?
it was a thing he worked.
It was one of the. It was so it was S4.
S4.
And it was one of the bases in Area 51. Now, let me ask you this question because I've watched a lot on this guy.
Come on, does he sound credible for a bit, and then he throws something out there that just
let me ask you a question. If there was yes or no, do you think the objection hearsay? No, yes or no? Do you think that the government would have a reason to stifle something that was true?
yes.
Okay, so if the answer is yes, answer this for me. Why did magically all of his credentials disappear?
Yeah, and that's what we were talking. That's what we were talking about. That's what I was reading about. That's what he was saying. Is like all his is. Go ahead, John.
Okay,
So help me out on this guy to understand. Is he a Okay, so let's talk about. We hadn't talked about the Area 51 incident, right? That was the most famous incident. Is he post or during that time, or what? I'm trying to understand who this guy is.
Okay, all right. So we've got this pulled up here, and if you're listening to this, jump over to YouTube, or I'm going to read this out to you. We've got this pulled up here. Lazar claims to have obtained master's degrees in physics from MIT and electronics from Caltech. However, both universities show no record of him.
Well, Biden did that.
Okay, hold on. But the okay,
that's true.
But what I'm saying is, he has had in the documentary that he did with Jeremy, I don't remember his last name. In the documentary that he did with him, there were people that went to school with him that all came out and said, yeah, he definitely graduated. He was in our class. Like he graduated with us. So all I'm saying is, if the government has a stake in keeping it stifled, if the government has a stake in keeping it quiet, then if they're trying to erase his credentials so that he sounds crazy, if they're trying to erase his credentials so that he sounds nuts, then why are there other people that are not involved with him coming out saying all of this stuff was true, right? And I'm not saying that he's telling the truth.
No,
I'm not saying that it's real.
I would say this.
I'm just asking questions.
If any one government, our government, the Russian government, the Chinese government, any one government,
probably the Chinese.
If any one government had an encounter or grasped any kind of technology, you wouldn't tell anyone. You want to keep it for yourself. You want to try to understand it. You want to try to reverse engineer it. You're going to do everything. We're not going to tell the world that we just found it. You're going to keep it, right?
So then the government has every incentive
to keep it
quiet.
Yes, I think so.
And if it means destroying someone's life or destroying someone's credentials, that's nothing to them. That's nothing to them. Our government has done way worse.
You sound like a conspiracy theorist a little bit.
I'm
just saying.
I'm not the one wearing a foil hat right now.
I'm channeling.
Yeah. Okay. And I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that this guy is legit. I'm not saying that his shit is real. I'm just asking the questions because there's a lot of things that I've read about him and a lot of things that I've seen about him, some of which sound legit, a lot of which doesn't, but I mean, that again, is that part of the campaign to keep him?
Could be. So
keep him crazy?
I'm assuming that you're very much into this subject, that you've done a lot of reading and watched the stories on Area 51.
Yeah.
Did they shut people up on Area 51?
I
shouldn't say Area 51. The Roswell incident.
Did
they shut people up on the Roswell incident?
I will say this. It would have been unbelievably easy to do back in the 50s. It would have been so easy to sweep that under the rug and no one would have any clue. And so if it was real and if it was true, all they had to do was say, no, that didn't happen. And everybody that says it happened is crazy. And with as disconnected as we were as a society back then, how easy would it be to just be like, oh, well, the government's never lied to us before.
You've seen the stories of the scientists. We were picked up. We were put on buses with blacked out windows. We were taken out to study this material.
Yeah, that's what Bob was saying. That's what he was doing.
He said he had a bag thrown over his head.
Yeah.
And was rushed out.
He said he was walking in. He said on one of his first days, he was walking into work. They walked him in through it's like, of course, the typical big hangar. They walked through the doors. He said there was a saucer there. There was a saucer of some sort there that they were working on. And he goes, it had an American flag. So he goes, it had American flag, sticker on it, not a sticker, but whatever, American emblem on the saucer. He goes, that's probably what, all these things that people see, the sightings, they play, that's probably just, our Air Force or our military, with these are new crafts that we haven't seen, that's not out to the public, so we're using those, so he goes, but then he went to go touch it and he slid his hand underneath the saucer and touched it and he kept walking. He goes, I had never been reprimanded so much in my heart. He's like, do not touch anything. Keep your hands to your side. Walk forward. Keep your eyes straight. He goes, do not touch. They told him not to touch anything because they had armed guards with guns and stuff. And they would tell him, do not touch anything here.
I think that, and I'm perfectly happy that this would exist. But I think I believe this, there's that hearing in front of Congress.
Yeah.
Then they go into closed session. Okay, so they go into closed session. But I still think that there are things and sections of our government that work on these type of projects that no lawmaker knows about, no matter what.
Guaranteed.
Because you don't give a lawmaker that can get voted out of office in a couple of years this knowledge. Yeah. I don't even think you give the president this knowledge. You have a skunkworks group that works on something, and that's their life, and that's what they do, and no one knows about it, and no one needs to know about it.
That's the theory.
Because that's really the only way it works. That's really the only way it works. Because if it gets out to some politician or somebody, then it just gets out, and there's secrets. And I believe, as a proud American, I think that there's American secrets that I don't need to know about.
Right.
And 99.9% of Americans don't even need to know about.
Yeah. And the other thing was, shit, what was I going to tell you? Damn it. I lost it. Go ahead, Trent. I'll catch you. Go ahead.
So what I was going to say was there is that. There's a recent documentary that came out. It was on YouTube, a documentary that was released on YouTube, and it was all of these like old cats. And when I say old cats, I mean 60s, 70s, 80s, 90-year-old like military officers that all came out and all unanimously said, "Oh, there's 100% a litany of events that have happened that even the president doesn't know about."
Yeah, and he doesn't need to. I really, I believe that.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys that says, "Oh, we need to know everything and they need to know." No, we don't.
Yeah, and in this documentary,
we're safer that we don't know.
Absolutely. In this documentary, again, I'm just presenting the information. I'm not saying that I believe or don't believe or whatever. I'm just presenting the information. In this documentary, it was like a quick cut of all of these military officers, and it was like, do UFOs exist? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are there aliens? Yes. And there's like different people answering all these questions. Have we had alien encounters? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have we? And there was no hesitation. It was all of these like old cats, not people that are young, that are trying to profit off of, whatever. We're talking about guys that are, well long retired, that are all coming out and saying it absolutely has happened, and there are absolutely aliens, and we simply
so here's the thing,
don't
though,
know about it.
We, as a people, a world, we struggle to break our atmosphere. Really, we do.
Yeah,
we've been to the moon.
Yeah,
they
say we've been to the moon.
I would go there. We struggle to break our atmosphere.
Yeah.
If someone shows up on our doorstep, we'll make great pets.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously, because
we lost the battle already.
If they come here, we're already lost.
Yeah.
We lost. I mean, they would be so advanced.
Oh yeah.
That
yeah,
we just have to. Hey, hi.
Yep.
You know, I mean, what are we gonna do?
So let me ask you guys this:
Unless they're tiny, then we can squash
we
them.
can beat them up. We can beat 'em.
Bugs.
And that's what we were talking. I was listening to this. I forget what I was. This is a bunch of shit. So, they're saying that we, as a people, as we get, as we get smarter and things like that, that we will eventually look like the. That's why we look like that. We will look like that because our brains are going to be smarter.
That's the way we're going. Yeah.
The evolution is going to the alien, looking like an alien with the big eye, with the big heads because the brain's growing and we're smart. We're smarter and we're going to be that way. We're not going to move much. Kind of like what's that movie? That Disney movie? The little robot guy. Disney movie.
Wally.
I think that's
Hey,
I think that's where we're going, dude.
The old movie Time Machine. Remember the old
That's where
movie?
we're going.
The old movie Time Machine, where he goes way far into he starts back in the past. He goes way into the future, and the people are all built different.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
old movie.
I think it's gonna, another thing I was going to bring up. Okay, 2025. They got this hotel coming up, man. Space hotel. It holds I think 30 guests. You go up there and check it out. It's a hotel. It's like it looks like a wheel, like a wagon wheel.
Nah, I'm
It
good.
looks like a wagon wheel, and it holds like 30 guests.
I'm out.
2025, man. You can go up there. I forgot how much it was exactly, but you can start booking rooms now, dude. There it is. There you go. We'll add a little photo to the podcast so you can see the hotel room there.
Hey, so who's quarterbacking for the Jets right now?
Not sure why.
Sam Darnold?
Is it?
I don't know if it's still him.
Wait.
I'm just saying. See, that answer to that question. If someone comes from the planet Mongo, I don't think our Jets quarterback is ready.
Oh no, not
Just
like
save us.
not like
Not like Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon. He was ready, man.
Yeah, I'm going to send Tom Brady from the
Send
Tampa
Tom Brady,
Bay
yeah.
Bucks
Yeah.
in to save us this
Oh,
time.
yeah. He's got us this time. Yeah.
Ming the Merciless.
Yeah.
From
Zach Wilson?
Mongo.
Is he gonna help us?
Yeah, no, you can't help us. We're doomed.
Yeah.
We're not going to send the Jets quarterback to save the
No.
save the earth this time.
No.
No, man. Like I said, this stuff. Like I said, fascinates me, man. It's just like I said, with the sea, we know nothing is down there, man. It's dark as shit down there, and then when you go to a certain level of the ocean, there, you start seeing lights and shit. They have like a light show. There's a light show down there, and it's like, what the fuck's going on? Like
Maybe they're down there. Maybe they're hanging out.
maybe hanging out. Maybe they're having a party.
Hey,
Maybe they built the
Raven.
pyramids.
Raven.
that was the premise to Pacific Rim, that movie.
Oh yeah, rim job.
The aliens came from the bottom of the sea.
Nice. No shit.
Yeah.
No.
Aliens came from the bottom of the sea and they were like giant monster aliens or whatever.
No, but that, like I said, those are the things that are just the vast space.
I don't know what kind of alien I want to see. You know, I mean, what kind of alien? You want an alien that's kind of like us, or does he look like
Hey, what?
like that movie Alien? They're reptiles. They have.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Think about it. I always thought, we watch these science fiction films, right? And here's this alien with these big scales and these big fangs and teeth. It's unrealistic because he couldn't build a spaceship with those hands.
Yeah, them hands.
Yeah, the hands wouldn't work right. It's like
Yeah.
like T-Rex working on a spaceship.
Can't do it.
They got machines to build it.
Can't
though.
do it, man.
Who built the machine?
It
It doesn't work that way.
That's true. That's true.
It doesn't work that way. So I figure that an alien's going to come and an alien's going to have, he's going to have like
Lilo.
some really good hands. He's
gonna
going
like-
to have really good hands and
think
good
he'll dig-
eyes and
I
a
think he'll
really
dig-
good
I think
brain.
he'll dig Elvis too. He'll dig Elvis.
It dug-
Yeah, he'll dig Elvis.
What about the fact that if they show up
Yeah.
and there's that communication gap,
Yeah.
right? Like Mars
Yeah.
Attacks, remember
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie, right?
Hey, they're not
They come
going to
down-
speak English.
And
No.
he's like, hello, whatever. We're from Earth, and the guy was like, meep, 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 whatever. And then they just start shooting everybody.
No, I think it's maybe a little closer to like
The day the earth stood still. That's good.
or
Yeah.
or Independence Day, how he said they speak telepathically, like they speak.
Yeah.
They don't talk. They just hey,
That's
I'm
wild.
gonna look at you.
It's
You know,
weird.
I'm gonna look at you.
So if
I
they
think that's
came, are you scared?
I don't see how you can be. I mean,
It's
you just don't know it. You don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe I'm a bitch. I don't know, but yeah.
I'm,
No,
I'm scared.
I think Elon Musk had the best quote on this when he goes, when they get here, I'm gonna ask him, so were you guys on this? Were you guys on this? How the hell did he say it, dude? He was just like with the smarts, like with the technology. He goes, where you guys are on this platform? Where you guys are on
Yeah.
this? Like he goes, I want to pick your brain because like I'm on the same level as you guys, so I want to know where you guys are at. Like where you guys
Yeah.
at? So. And like I said, I did a deep dive.
Hey, do y'all have
I
anything?
want-
You guys have anything better than Microsoft Word?
I think he is an alien.
Yeah, as I say, I'm with Musk, dude, and he's like, dude, if they're here, I would know already. He goes, if they were here, I would know. He goes, I would know if they were here.
He's covering up for his people.
Yeah, he's people, yeah. He's that guy's brilliant and just, despite what you may think of him, I think he's ahead of his time by centuries, man.
He may be an alien.
I hope so.
Zuckerberg, alien.
No, he's a robot.
Yeah, he's a robot.
So
Yeah.
what about
He's a robot?
Ralph Macchio?
That motherfucker's
Is Ralph Macchio an alien?
His hair is.
I think that's crawling on his head.
He had to make an appearance on this
Crawling
show.
on his head.
I'm just saying he had to make an appearance on this
He's
show.
been on every show.
He's been on every show, so he had to make an appearance
Yeah.
here.
Elon Musk, I think he's been on a lot of them too.
That's
Ralph, if you're listening, drop us a comment. Let us know,
yeah.
alien or not.
He's not listening.
He's not listening. No, man. I think that. But anyway, back to that guy.
Neely Tyson.
Neely Tyson, man. I'm trying to think what else he was saying that was really that blew my mind. There was something else that he had mentioned. I think he was saying like the government, even if they tried, they couldn't keep that under wraps. Somebody would have had loose lips,
Yeah.
and that shit would have popped off because they're not smart enough to keep that.
He says
Yeah.
that they haven't been here, nothing's been here.
He said there's nothing there.
here.
He said no, there's nothing there because he goes there's with scientists. He goes the scientists are the biggest. They will
blabbermouths.
No, he said they will scrutinize you, man. They will bring you. Okay, well, what about this? Well, what scientists are like.
They're not believers. Scientists aren't believers.
Exactly.
They don't.
You think they would be?
They want to
because
be
they're
proven.
Yeah.
They want to be
Get it proven.
Yeah.
It's like well, not psychologist. What is it? The guy with
Believers want to believe.
Yeah.
So you give them just a little
bit,
of
and
fact
they go
and
for
they'll
it.
believe.
It's just like a not psychiatrist, but philosophers when they're like, why? Why?
Yeah.
And I think that's how they are. That's how scientists are. Is like, why? They don't believe that. Like, they just don't go. They're not easily swayed. So it takes a lot of information for them to believe something's here. And he goes, so he's not. He said I would welcome them. He goes, but I don't think that they don't exist.
So the thing about Neil deGrasse Tyson is like I've heard some of like what he said about that and about how he was like, they don't exist because there's no credible evidence that they do.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the next sentence, he'll say there's billions and billions of stars, and billions and billions of, and so like, if there's all of this thing, all of this like stuff that we can't even reach, like how would he possibly have any sort of like credible rebut to the fact that there is?
Well, I've heard it explained once watching this show, and like I said, I'm not a scientist, disclaimer there, but the materials that we're made out of, us, this table, everything here, they're all over the place. They're all over the universe, right?
Yeah.
He said the fact that we exist here, it's just like getting all the parts for a 747 airplane, loosely, all the parts in a bucket.
Yeah.
Throw them up in the air, and they land put together in a plane.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like,
yeah. I mean, so
all the parts were there, and then all of a sudden they just made us, right?
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
So, because the same stuff's everywhere.
Yeah. But
So are we the only ones that all the
parts lined up?
all the parts lined up
Yeah.
just right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though. What if we're not the cream of the crop? What if we're the plane that fell together with no wings?
Right.
Well,
What if as good as we think we have it, we're not even close to what the
and there could be the backside of that too, right? There's a planet out there with dumbass dinosaurs walking around, right? But what I'm saying is, whoever flies here to us, they're better than us.
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there was another guy. I can't remember who he was. Another expert. He was saying like, if the universe here been here billions and billions of years. So that being
Billions
said,
and billions and billions.
So that being said, he said if there's a higher being of aliens, he goes, they would leave a mark somewhere. Just like
pyramid, like a pyramid or something.
No, something better in the sky, in the space, like us, like us. We've been around we haven't been around that long, us as humans, and we have the space station up there. We got things like that. We have things that we left, like when millions of years have passed, and hopefully those things will still be there. So hey man, there was some kind of creature here. There was some kind of humans here that were here. That they left nothing here. these aliens or whatever, if they exist, they don't leave anything here to show that they were here, and they don't leave a mark. And that's what that guy, one skeptic, was saying. It's like they should leave something here that you could see that they were here, not even here, but just in space, where you could that you would. And then another thing that Tyson brought up,
that goes back to the radio telescopes, right?
Yeah.
Why aren't they not blasting a radio signal out, right?
And then the other thing was another thing that Tyson said was Mike Tyson. He said that with Google, like the Google Maps and shit, like why don't they pick up anything? Like the satellite, when the photos and shit from Earth and all those photos they have from Earth and shit, that shit don't pick up anything, And another thing is like, why is the alien always in the ocean or over water? It's like never over. You never see it over land.
I'm looking at Trent right now. He's like pissed off because he wants these aliens to come.
He wants to.
I believe in this alien.
To pull up.
This guy's trying to shoot my alien bit down.
No, I'm trying to find the best time to bring up Skinwalker Ranch. That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to find the best time to bring it up.
Is that alien or ghost? Is that alien or ghost?
It's both.
It's both.
It's both.
It's a Galian.
Because there's it's a Galian. No, okay. So there's this place in Utah that believes that there's this hub of energy, and within this hub of energy is there correlates like all of these UFO sightings. There's like cattle mutilation stuff that's happened over generations there. There's several families that have lived there that have left. The History Channel is doing a series called The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah. And within this series, there's all of these tests that are being done in this area, and there are maybe they're fooling me and it's just all put together for TV, but I feel like that's not something the History Channel would do.
No, yeah,
I could be wrong, but
right.
There's all of these things that happen at this ranch, and it involves UFO sightings. It involves orb sightings. It involves cattle mutilation, cattle death, and they caught one of the cattle deaths on camera.
Really,
and the cow died randomly. They did an autopsy of the cow, and they determined that there was no lasting no illness that the cow had. It just died of a random heart attack. And at the exact same time that the cow died, a UAP or UFO, whatever you want to call it, was sighted directly above the cow. And in the very next frame, the unidentified object was like 4 or 5 trees over. So it couldn't have been a bird, because there's no birds that fly that fast. Right. It couldn't have been, anything like that. So it was literally just an unidentified thing. And there's if you're listening to this, you can go to YouTube and type Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch cattle death, and you can pull it up and watch this video. And they go frame by frame, and you can see this cow hit the ground, and then he looks up, and the same time the cow looks up is when this UFO appears, and then the very next frame is when he's super far, away from, whatever. But
all right, so question.
Go ahead.
Ever see one? Ever have one? Ever have a encounter? An unidentified, unexplained episode?
I didn't, but my brother did. But then it turns out he was just eating Oreos on a styrofoam plate.
Nice.
And so it was just 2 Oreos, the styrofoam plate, and he looked up out the window and he said he saw an alien. It was like, no, dude, that was your eyes still seeing the plate and the Oreos.
I did.
He was still feeling the effects.
I did.
Now I watched that Skinwalker Ranch, because if I'm correct, if my peepers I saw Post Malone there. So if Post Malone's in, I'm in, dude. If Post Malone's all in with the aliens, I'm in with the aliens, dude. I'll buy it, dude. If he can sing Sunflower to the aliens, I'm in, dude. I'm there with you.
Yeah.
I'm all there with them, dude. I'm there. No,
look up the stuff about
I will check it out though.
Yeah, look up the stuff about the Skinwalker, because whether you believe it or not, it's fascinating to watch. one of the tests they did was a weather balloon that they sent up,
Mm-hmm.
and it just vanished.
Mm-hmm.
They never found it, and they had tracking devices in it and stuff, or whatever, and the tracking devices just quit, and it was just gone. And there's countless interviews of people that say they've seen like portals open up there and like
Man.
beasts step out of the portals and then like go back into the portals or whatever. And everybody's just like, no, you're crazy. And they just say that they're crazy.
Like
Like-
I said, I never say no to anything, dude. I gotta check. I'll check it out. But I'm just saying, I'll watch. I'm always open to ideas. I'm always open to shit. I'm not gonna just say, nah, it's not. Like I said, I'm the biggest skeptic. I'm down with it. Like I said, and that's why I'm pretty. I have a bad thing with like with religion and stuff because I'm a bad guy with that because, like I said, I want proof. I want to see something. I want to see something. And I know they got proof and there's things and whatnot. There's artifacts and whatnot. But I just feel like it's that thing where I'm just the biggest skeptic. I want to see. Seeing is believing. I want to be it in my face. I want to see it. And maybe I might suffer. When I'm dead, I might suffer. I might suffer in the end when I'm dead. So
it's like what I talked about,
Yeah.
right? The mathematical probability that here we are, right? What we're made out of exists everywhere.
How,
And here we are.
how did it happen to this degree and whatever? And I really feel like, believe it or not, like there's just more questions than there are answers. And whether like I said, whether it's something that you believe or whatever, I genuinely don't know what to believe. I just know that I'm interested in it.
Yeah, me too.
And it makes
Absolutely.
me. It makes me want to like read more about it and learn more about it. I'm kind of with you. I don't understand why, if people say Sasquatch, exists, then how come every picture looks like it was taken with a baked potato?
Yeah.
So
and that's what I want. I want a clear photo of the green guy, the gray guys, gray. I like gray better. The gray guys.
yeah, you're talking about evolution,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if they were a society anywhere like us, millions of years ago, maybe they used to have races also.
Yeah.
And then all of the races just became this
Sure,
one
yeah.
race.
One color. The one color. I think that's what the world wants. Coexist, huh? That's what they want. Coexist.
Yep.
I'm not down for that. But anyway, I'm not down for the coexist.
I mean, that's
No,
a man
no.
in a suit, right?
No, that's a guy in a suit, right?
I'm down for races. I like to race.
No, I said there's so many things to watch, man. Like I said, I never watched. I know Johnny keeps asking me about Ancient Alien, that guy with the crazy ass hair. I want to watch that. Just never have the time to watch it.
And it's crazy, but he points out the old technology and this old stuff, because if you look through our timeline, there were gaps of humans did all this stuff, and then there's like dark ages and things like that. So why did that happen? Was the climate bad? Did someone come show us something? Did someone stop by then and show these poor humans that were
Struggling.
Yeah.
getting by
Mhm.
beating stuff over the head with a club? Hey, do this. Check this
Hey,
out.
theories get even wilder than what we've talked about. Like
Right.
there's theories that we're alien pets anyway.
I'm down.
In that like technology gets dropped on us or whatever, and like they're just like seeing how we adapt to new technology and stuff, and like the alien pet theory. I'm
a pretty good one. I don't piss on the carpet or anything.
Hey, go outside. Go outside.
Go outside.
To
Do what I need to do.
kind of not lighten the mood because this is, I like this shit. I like UFO talk. But to change up gears is on Saturday Night Live this past to kind of go with this whole theme of it. Saturday Night Live. What's her name? Kate McKinnon. How you say McKinnon?
McKinnon.
Yeah, she's leaving the show. I think she's leaving the show. She's leaving Saturday Night Live.
How many seasons should she be on?
Oh, I don't know, but she left. She left in a kind of in a fuck. It was a cool way she left. It was an alien bit. They did an alien bit, and they asked. It was her and two other gals. The whole bit was about 3 chicks. They got abducted, and the whole bit was just like, which one of you guys want to go with the aliens? She goes, well, I'll go. I've been the weirdest one here so far, so I'll go with the aliens. And that's how she left the show.
How she left the show.
It was really
Wow.
cool, and like you can see her tearing up and stuff, going into the spaceship and stuff. Like,
There's
it was
whole
really
groups of people that meet,
cool. Yeah.
and they all say they've been abducted.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They believe that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I
there-
believe them. I'm just saying that they believe that.
There's some crazy stories, man.
They
There's
all
some
talk about
crazy
being
stories
probed.
out there.
They get probed.
Yeah.
That might be the fun part, dude.
What about there's like a family, like it was like there's like two or three generations of one family and then one like family friend that were all in this car, and they said that this UFO like hovered right over them and like lights hit them, and then they just randomly woke up and they were all sitting in different seats in the car, and they were like, we don't know what happened, but then there was like this one chick that was like, y'all don't remember that?
Well,
And like whenever this whole thing about how they were all abducted and all this kind of stuff.
well, you've seen the UFO reports. There's some famous ones. You can look them up on the internet. I don't remember the names, but the folks that saw the lights and then they've had radiation burns
Yeah.
or things like that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that was it UFO or was it us testing?
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Absolutely. It kind of makes me think that, all this stuff about the Skinwalker Ranch or whatever is like, oh, you guys just don't know that you're like on a testing site for like all this stuff for the government or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like the LSD
Hey,
when they test-
somebody sitting back there. Hey, push that green button. See what that green button
See
does.
that- see what it does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like the the military with the LSD doing those
Oh yeah.
tests on our soldiers and stuff. It's like, it's fucking to think about. It's like, damn, that's fucking creepy, dude. To test on our guys, that are.
But you don't know what happens until you test it out, though.
Yeah, but no, I get it. But it's just like, damn, it's just like you wouldn't think that on military would do that shit. It's just weird. Like I said, the stories I heard from that shit was just nuts because I know a lot of
I'm
veteran cats and they're just like, dude, they
Man,
some of us are screwed up.
There's so much stuff, and I'm not going to get into this on this podcast, but there's a scientifically accepted theory that's called the Great Filter Theory, and it deals with how societies overcome obstacles and adversity, and is one of the theories that adds to the question of, well, if we're the supreme society, then we have made it to the end of the Great Filter, and we're the last living beings in the universe. If we're not the last society in the Great Filter, then that means we will be wiped out by apocalyptic event or an extinction event, which means there is a more civilized and advanced civilization or whatever or society that's in the universe. So I'm not gonna break it down into detail, but if you're interested in that at all, go look up the Great Filter theory, and it's pretty fascinating to read about.
I'm Team Earth,
Yeah.
and I have to be.
No, I look again. Just to kind of reiterate
Earth is
what I was
round.
saying, was just I think I would like to think we're not alone. I think there's something else out there, and if there is, I hope we get to see it at some point before my life ends. I hope we get to see it because I'm extremely interested in it, and like I said, the proof is in the pudding for me. So I would love for these guys to show up and see see where they're at, man.
So
So
Keith says this is all bullshit. We're just hanging out over here. We're the these kids on this block, and there's nobody else.
I don't think there's. I mean, I hope there is. I hope there is.
Hey,
But
you've convinced me. You convinced me already. I mean, I just feel like
no, I hope there is.
All right.
I want somebody to
All
be
right.
here, dude. I mean, like I said, there's tons of documentaries, things like that, and
Billions and billions
yeah,
of documentaries.
exactly.
Billions and
exactly.
billions
Hey,
and
that
billions.
Tyson guy, man, he's something else. And because of it was just I went on a rabbit hole because of him, dude. And it's just there's so much shit out there, so much information, but to what to believe, and you got a lot of crackpots out there, and like I said, I don't know. I want to believe it's there. Like
So
I said,
but your stance
the fence,
is no
on the fence.
UFOs.
no UFOs. I think I'm just on the fence right now, and like I said, but
So what you're saying is you're against Post Malone, is what you're saying.
if he posts one
but-
down, I'm in. If we can hang out and watch out, we can look at hang out and drink some Bud Lights with. Well, no, not really no Bud Light. I'll bring something else. But but yeah, I'm cool with.
Drink
cool with
like
it.
an outlaw. So if aliens were to show up tomorrow,
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
there's some things I'm embarrassed about. The Johnny Depp trial would be one of them.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be hard to
Yeah.
explain. Things that are hard to explain, right?
Oh yeah.
Things that we do. Certain things.
I feel like the first thing I would say to an alien, if we could somehow communicate, and they were like,
Green Day music.
they're like,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
you know what? No. If we could somehow communicate, the first thing I would say is literally, I'm sorry. You guys came to the wrong rock,
Sorry,
man. You
sorry.
came to the wrong place.
We're not all bad.
You know, I would. The first thing if there was aliens, the first thing I would tell them was like, "Hey, you guys like Tom DeLonge, or you guys with him or not? You know, you claim him or not, man? Because he claims y'all, man. He says y'all are real, man.
Yeah.
So you claim Tom DeLonge. It was funny. I saw an interview with Travis Barker, and he's like, "Dude, I don't know what Tom's doing, dude." He goes, "But and I respect him." He goes, "But if they're calling him to Congress to talk about aliens," he goes, they're talking to the wrong guy because he's he's fucking nuts. He goes, so
Yeah.
I don't know. He goes, I don't know why they're calling him, dude. So
Yeah.
Travis is funny, dude. Travis is a funny guy, hell of a drummer. But yeah, dude, I like I said, I want to believe because I think it's there's a lot of fucking space out there, man, and I want to believe.
I mean, humans are fascinated with it.
Mhm.
Have always been, right? Fascinated with the stars. Look at the movies.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Star Wars,
Hell
Star
yeah.
Trek,
Hell yeah.
Alien.
Yeah.
Countless movies over and over. The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Mhm.
Anything with aliens.
What's your favorite UFO or alien movie?
The Day the Earth Stood Still.
It's just-
Yeah.
The old one.
What about you?
Shit, man. I'd have to be cheesy and go with fucking Independence Day, dude. Because you know,
That's a good one.
Bill Paxton or Bill Pullman, who's in it? Which guy is it? Bill Paxton. or Bill Pullman?
So the
Pullman.
president's
Pullman.
speech. The president's speech was the best
Pullman,
part.
yeah.
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 He got everybody riled up,
Oh,
man. He got a
man.
rabble rouser, dude. He got them all hyped up.
It was good.
Yeah.
I was crying. I was teared up, man. I teared up. What movie did you
Mine was mine was Tom Cruise World of the Worlds.
Oh, yeah. That's good shit, dude. That was a good one.
It was kind of scary, man.
It was good. It was good,
It was
though,
kinda
man.
Scary.
Hey, so have you seen Plan 9 from Outer Space?
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
That's an old cult classic.
Oh,
That's crazy.
is that
The aliens had a plan to turn the humans into zombies.
nice, dude?
Yeah, it was a sweet plan.
Speaking of zombies, did you ever like? I'm trying to get off topic. I don't mean to go off topic, but last night I stayed up late and I was watching Warm Bodies, and that's that zombie where he became a human again. And I think it was because it was the thing because of love. He came back to life. Anyway, if you get a chance, Warm Bodies, good movie, dude. It's just a feel good movie. It's it's an emo kind of it's an emo zombie movie, and I dig it, man. I love it. I would listen to it I would put God damn it, I can't remember the band now. Anyway, it's a good movie, dude. A lot good soundtrack too. Really good soundtrack, man. But yeah, Warm Bodies, good movie. Check it out, man. I'll check it out. Yeah, good movie.
I don't know.
John Malkovich.
Yeah, dude, he's in there. Dude. He's like
Look at
he's
that.
like the leader and shit. He's like the leader.
So do you think that Guardians of the Galaxy, that movie, think about that. How advanced humans would have to be, right? To in that movie. Like we talked about earlier, we struggle to break our atmosphere right now. And in that show, the universe is the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Is that
There's no way.
it's
There's
just
no
out
way we
there.
came up with that
That's just out there.
technology.
Yeah.
We must have gotten that technology from somebody else. There's no way we came up with it. I mean,
Microwave.
and the thing is, everything that we know about space now, everyone's floating around
Mhm.
and water bubbles float around. Everything has to be, and in every movie you see, obviously, because they can't film it floating around, there's, artificial gravity on every spaceship. I mean, it's just a movie. It's just movies.
Yep.
It's not
I
real.
say-
We're never going. We're staying here. I'm sorry to disappoint all the listeners, but yeah, we're not going
I
anywhere.
want to stay here because I don't want to eat that damn food. That fucking
You
freeze
don't-
dried shit.
you don't think
Nice.
you don't think Elon's gonna pull off the Mars thing?
Yeah,
He's
Is
working on
gonna be
anti-gravity right now, or no, not anti. He's working on artificial gravity right now.
really? Is it the rotating ship to where the centrifugal force makes the gravity?
Yeah.
I just don't like his comment. When he's like, "Well, yeah, there's gonna be some casualties. Yeah, people are gonna die. Dude. We're gonna have some test runs. People are gonna fucking die. So
hey,
Baller though.
you know what, though?
Baller to say that.
Hey, but he's mathematical though, right?
Oh,
yeah.
He just looks at it and goes, "Hey, some people are going to have to die. We're going to have to
Yeah.
get this done.
Yeah.
Are you in or out?"
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll follow him. dude. I'll check it out.
So they're
That's
working
awesome.
on the artificial gravity thing because apparently that's the only way we're going to be able to get further in space because our bodies will literally just die if we don't have gravity. So they're working on the a ship that takes off and then like the ship spreads out and then there's like these pods that come out on the whatever's in the
whole
front,
thing rotates.
the whole front of it rotates or whatever.
So
and-
you know that one of the NASA astronauts that was in the space station, I think he was up there longer than any other American. I think there was a Russian that holds the record, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But the neat thing about the guy from the United States is he has a twin brother.
Oh yeah.
What?
And so they were able to study, and I haven't read anything on this or no, but I know the neat thing is they could study the effects of no gravity on him versus his brother, who's genetically the same person.
The guy you're talking about got out of the capsule and had to be carried because he couldn't walk. He was physically unable to stand up or whatever. So they literally had to pick him up and carry him.
He got taller. You get taller
Yeah.
while you're in space.
And to hit on that, because that kind of sounds
When
familiar.
I go to space, I could use an inch or two. I mean, really?
Everywhere.
I mean,
everywhere.
okay.
So that
we're talking about height.
I'm
We're talking about height here. So
hey, push-ups. Hey, so
hey, I'll take
that thing you're talking about, dude. That
take
thing
some
you said you had
size.
a twin
I'll take a
brother.
little size.
There's a movie, dude. John Malkovich. Speaking of that, Making Mr. Right. And the thing was, they made a robot. It was John Malkovich. He's the main character, and then he was a scientist. And they made a robot of him, and he taught this robot all these things. Bottom line was, John Malkovich was such a lonely cat. He was a scientist, such a lonely cat, and the premise was like, we're gonna send you off to space for like 6 or 7 years. You gotta be out there by yourself. He's like, no, I'll do it. You're like, they were supposed to send the robot. They were supposed to, like him. It was him that he taught that robot everything. But he ended up going by himself, and he ended up being out there for space. And I always thought about that movie. I was like, damn, dude, that's 7 years in space by yourself, dude. That'd be intense, dude. Just to be alone, dude.
No,
Like,
you know what? I don't think you could
There you
make
go.
it.
Check it out, dude. There it is. Making Mr. Right, dude.
That would take a very special person to be able to survive that. People
7
need
years.
other people.
You need that. I think.
Or
you need it.
or you need a like a volleyball. What's your handprint? Wilson.
Wilson.
Take
You need
Wilson.
Wilson. Wilson, you make it.
hey, what was your favorite space movie? Just like regular, just like space travel movie or space movie?
I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
More like fiction based, kind of
Yeah,
like whatever.
yeah.
have fun.
I mean, that was not a alien shoot up the world or anything.
Yeah.
That was just a
Mm-mm.
space movie. You just think, like I said, it's fantasy, but it makes space seem like just a neighborhood. You just
yeah,
moving around.
yeah. It's like
Uh,
nothing to just like
Yeah.
go over to whatever.
There was that one. It was a science fiction movie. I can't remember what it was, but
Who was in it? Do you remember?
shit, it was a while ago. It was at the end of the movie. It was like a big beam of light. He encountered aliens. I can't remember the movie. Anyway, if I'll come up with the name, I'll add it in the comments or whatever. But it was just it was a phenomenal movie. It was a very big science fiction movie, and that and also too, what's the movie with Tom Hanks in them? That was great, man. Those Tom Hanks
Oh,
movies.
Apollo 11.
Yeah, that was great, man. Those are great
Apollo
movies.
13.
13.
Apollo 13.
Apollo
man.
13. 11's the one that
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah.
To the moon the first
13.
time.
Yeah, and then
Apollo 13.
then I heard there was like a nice sex scene in The Astronaut's Wife. There's a nice sex scene, so check that out. I don't know who's in that one. I think it's Charlize Theron. Check that out. There's a nice little sexy scene in there. So
What about Red
there's that.
Planet? Was it Red Planet or
oh, with
Bill Paxton?
Bill Paxton, Bill Pullman.
Right?
Which one is it?
No, not Bill Paxton.
Twister.
Is it? What's the name of the?
Liv Shriver.
The chick was in it. She's dark haired, kind of hot, short hair.
Johnny Depp was in that.
The Red Planet.
They go to Mars. They're going to Mars,
Yeah.
and their spaceship gets a hole in it on the way there, and then they.
Oh,
It's not.
Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer. Right?
Is it that one right there with Gary Sinise?
Yes.
Mission to Mars.
Oh,
Mission to
okay.
Mars. I think that's the one I was talking about, dude.
yeah,
I
Mission
think
to
that's the one
Mars.
I was talking about, dude. Where at the end there's like a big.
Yes, that's
the
a
one.
good show.
Yes,
That's a good
that's
show.
one, dude.
Yeah.
That's a really
Mission
good
to
show.
Mars. That's a good one. Yeah,
Mission to Mars.
that's the one that captivated me. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Hey, Jen, look up the Liv Shriver Mars movie.
Who's the lady? I don't know.
This is the one where like they get to Mars and they find this
From Matrix.
bacteria. They find this bacteria on Mars and it turns them into like monsters. It turns them into like zombies or whatever. And it's I feel like it's underrated. You know, it's not the best movie ever, but I feel like it's underrated. What is I can't read the small print though. It's something. Oh, The Last Days on Mars. Yeah. The Last Days on Mars. A very underrated movie, man. I thought it was super creepy, and it's about as scary as you could make, like, you know, a Mars movie, and
Situational. It's situational
very
for
much
them.
situational. Yeah.
So if you've never checked it out, check out the old Martian Chronicles, those 70s Martian movies. Those are good. And it's all just, you know, it's just all just speculation. It turns out to be just, you know, who knows? No one knows.
I think probably my favorite space travel movie. You know, I can't, man. I don't know. I'm such a nerd with this stuff, man. I love it. I love anything alien or space related. You know, when it comes to movies, if one comes out, I watch it. You know, alien movie. I loved Cloverfield. I thought Cloverfield was good. 10 Cloverfield Lane, I thought was even better with John Goodman.
Saw that.
Yeah, they literally live in a bunker for, you know, a super long time or whatever, and it was so good.
So
obviously Armageddon, you know, is a great movie.
Absolutely.
The Martian with Matt Damon, I thought was awesome.
Hey, so we talked about the other day, 80s kid.
Yeah.
We talked about V.
Yeah.
We hit on that. We hit on V, man.
V.
V was
Yeah.
trip, dude.
V, man.
That
And you know-
miniseries.
You know, V made you think these guys come, the big ships come, and as Earthlings, what do you have to do? You have to embrace them, right?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah.
You know, and they come as friends, and then they find out we're their cattle, right?
Yeah, and on that note, you know, I kind of wanted to hit on something else that, you know, there's a hometown hero that we don't give. I don't give. You know, I like him. I mean, he's a nut job, but I like him. He's a hometown hero of Texas. Got his start on. He got his start in the late '90s on Austin cable access TV. Excuse me. Alex Jones, man. He started on he started on Access TV in Austin, and I used to watch him. Man, I was in I think I was like a senior in high school, '96, and you see Alex Jones, man. This guy is talking all kinds of crazy shit. He's talking about helicopters in the neighborhood, you know, because this is Austin.
Some of the stuff.
He's nuts, dude. He's nuts.
I mean, one of the things that always sticks out of my mind is when he's like, "Well, they're turning the frogs gay,"
Yeah.
you know, or whatever.
And it's funny, dude. It's just like it's just scary, and that's where I go back to that thing where, you know, people are crazy. And people are like, oh man, that guy's nuts. You know, he needs to be monkeypox. He needs to be in a nut house or everything. But it's that thing is where I feel people like that, not all, but I feel like people like that are kind of ahead of the curve, and they're kind of smart and they're kind of brilliant, but they're too crazy to be in this and to be in our world. I'm not saying that about him, but there's people that are.
My only problem with him, and I don't mean to cut you off.
No, he's nuts.
My only problem with him is he speaks so definitively about everything that he talks about.
Yeah.
So you can never take what he says as gold, because you don't know if he's telling the truth or not, because he just speaks like he knows the facts of everything.
It's factual.
And then he comes back and he doesn't recant anything that he says.
No, he's a piece of work, man. He's something else. But no, I was thinking about the other day. We were talking about this, and we were talking about aliens, and I was like, damn, I need, you know, and I was just remembering him, and dude, and like in Austin, like I said, when I was a kid, I was like, damn, I remember in Austin seeing him on Access TV. That's why I was asking y'all earlier if there's still Access TV anywhere here in that. And I don't think there is, but in Austin, that was a big thing for me as a kid. Late night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I'd be up, and I'd see him doing his thing, you know, and talking about, hey man, did y'all see these helicopters above above Austin this morning and this and that, and it's just he's quite the character, man. Like I said, but he's from he's a Texas guy from what I gather. So I'm trying to read the small print.
He's wild, man. He definitely says some crazy stuff.
No, but like I said, I just was thinking about him, and I was just kind of I kind of an homage to Alex Jones, even though you may like him or you might not like him. But I think that he's a Texas guy, and I'll embrace him.
Yeah,
I'll embrace him. You know, he's a nut job. I'll embrace him. He's about Texas, you know. So I'll take
everybody's
him in.
coming to Texas, huh?
Yeah, for sure. And then you know who also was on Access TV back in the day, dude, was Bill Hicks. That was crazy to see Bill Hicks on Access TV, dude, on Austin Access TV. It's weird that, you know, where people were at.
He had a radio show, didn't he?
I think so. I
Bill
believe
Hicks.
so. Bill Hicks. He was something else, man. He was one of those guys that was just philosophical, came out of left field, and was an interesting comic. It was a whole different kind of comedy, dude. It was really different. But that's another Texas homegrown talent, Bill Hicks. He passed away. I think he passed away from cancer. I think he had lung cancer. I believe. Yeah, he had lung cancer. So I think he passed away. But yeah, I mean, I love the conspiracy theories. I love the UFOs. I love all that stuff, man. I dig it, man. Wait and see, man.
Dun 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 dun. Right.
I don't think I asked you.
Close
I don't think
Encounters.
I asked you. Are you? Would you be scared?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be. They're better. They come in.
They got here.
They're coming in ahead of the game, right?
Came a long way.
It's
Came a
like
long way.
this.
It came a long way to
You
visit.
can't hate them because
No.
if you hate them,
Might not
you're gone. You know.
make it, man.
I mean,
I try to hide. I try to see what they did to you first.
yeah. Well, they would definitely catch me first. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
No, man. That's man. Number 9 in the
So-
books.
so
Number
look,
9 in the books,
Hey,
man.
anyone
Oh, go ahead.
listening, hit us up,
Mm.
comment.
Are UFOs
Do you
real?
believe? Do you not believe? Are they
aliens
real?
real?
Yeah.
If you've been probed, tell us you've been probed. If you've seen something, if your brother-in-law's cousin has seen something,
Let us know.
let us know because it's interesting.
We'll put you on the show. Just let us know. We
We'll do
want
a
to
call
know.
in. We'll do a UFO call in.
UFO call.
If the probe is still in, we'll interview
War of the
you, man. If
Worlds,
the probe is
dude.
still in, we'll bring you on if the probe is still in. If it's still in, we'll bring you in, dude.
Close Encounters of the 52nd kind.
If you can
right
pull it
here.
off like Cartman did, how he did the I Want to Sing when he turns into that about the moon. Remember when Cartman had that thing up his ass, that probe? But there you go. Yeah, that's what I want, dude. That's what I want, the cow. Yeah. But no, I just no, dude, number 9, episode 9. There's a lot of things. We got a lot of things in the future coming up that we got.
Yeah.
I got some stuff. We got some stuff booked up, and it's looking good for us, man. Keep following us, man. Subscribe, like,
Dude, share it with
yeah,
somebody,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Comment, all that
if you're,
good shit,
if you're
yeah.
listening on Spotify or whatever,
Yeah.
like just click the share button, text it to somebody, and let's get it spread around a little bit.
yeah. And I know,
If you're an alien, hey,
come on
let us
down.
know.
Share
Let
it
us
with your
know.
people. You know,
Come on
we'll,
down, dude.
we'll take all worldviews too. I don't.
Yeah.
We come in peace.
We come in peace for sure. Yeah.
Come in peace, man.
Keith, where can people find you on social media?
Talented Savage on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Find me.
Johnny,
Johnny, go for it.
MX429.
Real Trent Graves. Follow us, the 52 podcast on Instagram, social medias, all that kind of stuff. YouTube, check it out. Subscribe, share it. This is the 52 podcast. We'll check you next time. Adios.
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.